What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how-to at a time. And I feel like this episode of the show is probably 5 years overdue or so. This is something that I have domain expertise in because I've done everything that I'm about to talk about. And honestly, I feel like I've been keeping this one to myself because I didn't want to let out all my best work, all my best secrets, any and all of the above. But finally, here it goes. We're going to talk about how to pay less to play golf. And the cost of golf is going up dramatically. The popularity of the sport has just exponentially grown in a post-pandemic world, and rightfully so. It's an awesome game. And so I want to talk a little bit about how you can save some money still playing the game that you love, like I have been for all of these years that I've been keeping it to myself. So I will start out with this episode with a disclaimer that in a general sense, when it comes to golf and golf courses, you do get what you pay for. Now, there are going to be some courses that punch above their weight class and some that punch below their weight class, but generally speaking, if there's a 2x or a 3x disparity in the price of golf courses, usually there is going to be a quality disparity between them as well. So take that as you will when you start to think about all these different things. And so I made some notes for this one because I wanted to make sure that I hit all of these without forgetting any of them, because there's a lot of good things and some of them you can tie together, some not. But in a general sense, there are ways to save money playing golf. And so let's jump right into it. The first thing I've got for you is Twilight rates, and that's nothing new. Basically, you can play golf for cheaper if you play in the evening, but check out courses around you. I have found that sometimes courses will offer Twilight rates if you play really early in the morning as well. And generally, this is only a weekday thing, but you'll just have to check this out one by one at the courses that are nearby you. And that's going to go for all of these recommendations. It's going to be on a course-by-course basis. You'll just have to figure out whether or not the courses that are near you have any of these. And so Twilight rates in the morning is something you want to check out. The next thing I've got for you is a combination of Golf Now and Tee Off, and these are both companies that basically sell discounted tee times. They're sister companies of one another, but it does make sense to look at it both ways because it's not always apples to apples. Sometimes you'll get a better deal on one versus the other. And what I can tell you is that if you get into Tee Off's database and they have your email address, almost every Monday or Tuesday, they'll send you a promo code for some percentage off a deal time, or some amount of dollars off a fixed amount that you're going to pay. So like $10 off $70 spent, something like that. And you'll get that code usually on a Monday or a Tuesday, and you have until Thursday to book it, to apply it to around as late as Saturday or Sunday of that upcoming week. And so you can save a good amount of money there. This is best if you've got schedule flexibility, because these times are going to be at all different points in the day, as early as maybe 10 a.m., as late as 2 a.m., and they bounce around. And so if you've got a very tight window that you're trying to play in, this isn't going to work for you. But check out Tee Off, check out Golf Now. Usually can score some pretty reasonable stuff there. And I will say not all golf courses participate in those programs, so it's going to be hit or miss what you find based on where you are. The next thing I have for you is some courses will give you a discounted rate if you show up with your own foursome. And that's really to optimize the amount of people that they can get on the golf course at any one time. If you've got 2 people playing, they'll take up a space on the course. If you've got 3 people playing, they'll take up space on the course. If you've got 4 people playing, they'll take up space on the course. And so if the course can optimize the number of bodies out there, sometimes they discount for that. So look for that at your local courses. Next thing I have is fundraiser coupon books. These can be anything from the big entertainment books to local things, basically pre-packaged opportunities to save money where maybe you pay 25 or 50 bucks for the book, and in the back of it, it's got discounts for different courses, different things of that nature. You'll want to pay attention to this because a lot of those sorts of situations come with restrictions, meaning you can't play on weekends, or meaning you can't play before a certain amount of time in the day has passed, different things like that. So you always want to check the restrictions, and that's a universal note for this entire video as well. You've got to check and make sure that any of the things we're looking at don't have time restrictions, date restrictions, holiday restrictions, etc., etc. Next thing I have for you is a website called Group Golfer. Now, the way this website runs is they publish usually once a week, maybe once every other week, an opportunity for you to buy a discounted voucher for either golf materials, golf products, golf accessories, or to actually play somewhere. And so the way that this will work is that, it might be a course that usually charges $80. They'll give you an opportunity to buy a round at that course for only $40. And sometimes it includes range balls. Sometimes it includes lunch, different things like that. But again, this will have restrictions to it. It might say that you can only play after 11 o'clock on weekends, and usually during the week it's pretty open. And the way the group golfer makes this work is that statistically not everybody is going to redeem their vouchers, because these vouchers usually only work until the end of the year and then they expire. And so you can take advantage, if you're on the good side of the equation, of all of these people buying these vouchers, but only half of them turning them in, which is allowing you to play discounted golf through this program. Next thing I have is your local sporting goods store. Now, this has only worked for me once, and it wasn't where I live, but it's worth mentioning. If you go into the local Golf Galaxy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy, PGA Tour Superstore, etc., sometimes they have behind the counter different passes, different promos, different opportunities for you to get a discounted rate, just because the course is in some way connected to that retail establishment. So I got a pretty cool deal with me and my dad one time. We played at a course. It came with range balls, it came with lunch, we played a flat rate, and it was less than the rack rate typically would have been for that day anyway. So, next thing we're going to talk about is websites that have dynamic pricing, and this is course by course specific, and basically the course will have subscribed to a technology platform that allows you to book tee times online, and most of them have this, but some of them have what they call dynamic pricing, where the price will change either during the day or based on the weather forecast. And so there's an opportunity there to basically get last minute tee times for cheaper than what you might pay otherwise. So look into that, see if your courses around you have it. Next thing I have for you is punch cards or discount cards. These are cousins of one another, I guess I'd say. Most common thing I see in punch cards is you pay to play a course 10 times, and you'll pay maybe a fixed rate for that. Let's say it's $400 to play the course 10 times, and that's $40 a piece, where if you were to pay it each individually time as you go, maybe it's $48, $49, $50, different things like that generate upfront revenue for the course but give you value over time. The alternative to that is discount cards. I've seen this in the Indianapolis market a handful of different times, where you pay $200 or $300 up front, and then every time you go to play that golf course, they only charge you maybe $20 or $25, where the rack rate is a lot higher than that. Which is essentially making you a consistent customer, and you've got to really play there a certain number of times in order to get value out of it. It could be a win-win depending on whether or not you're willing to play the same course over and over and over again. Other things on my mind, there are some courses I played where you can pay cash and get a discount. It's usually only a couple of dollars or so, but if we're making this video, we're going to consider all the different things. And along those lines, just straight up discounts. I know a lot of courses do things for students, for vets, for teachers, police officers, firemen, firewomen, senior citizens, different things like that. Usually there's a discount involved. And not all courses treat seniors equally. Sometimes they start at different dates or different ages. I've seen that as low as 50. So pay attention to that. That could break open some cash savings for you as well. The next thing I've got is straight up membership, and that can be at a public course or a private course. Obviously, the pricing is going to vary dramatically along the spectrum of different options there. But usually you can save some money if you are playing a lot. I know the local course next to me, the difference between the annual membership rate and the rack rate on the weekends or weekdays, you pretty well got to be playing twice a week throughout the playable season in order to save money on it. And so it's a pretty simple math equation: how much it costs versus how much it would cost daily, and divide it out by how many rounds you think you're going to get in a year. And the final couple of things that I've got in this world of how to pay less to play golf is by going to the range. Usually you can scratch the itch. I know it's not the same as playing around a golf, but in a lesser amount of time for a lesser amount of money, you can get out, hit balls, and still, get a sweat going, listen to your jams and your headphones, whatever it is, and scratch the golf itch that way. And the same goes for anything in the world of simulator golf, top golf, X golf, back nine, front nine, whatever they're called now. All of the different things and opportunities to play golf that are not directly on the golf course. If you go to those different situations off-peak times, usually they're running promos just to get bodies in the bays. So those are all of the things compiled into one exhaustive list of all of the different ways I know how to play cheap golf. I hope this is beneficial to you. Let me know what I forgot, because I'm always looking to grow in this capacity. If I can find new ways to save money and play more golf, I am all about it. That's going to bring this episode of the show to a close. If you are looking to purchase a house along one of these golf courses that you play on regularly, I can help you with that. And so can anybody else in the brokerage. Get in touch with me and or us, indwell.com, or you can reach out in the comments of this video. You can be the first to know about new content each and every Wednesday if you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. A whole bunch of people are doing that. And leave me a comment down below just to let me know that you're watching. You say hi. And again, if you've got any ads to this video to know about new ways to save on playing golf, let me know about that. Till next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off.